Y'all, I am excited. Jesse's child, we had to throw it back. Let me just breathe for a second. Hey, y'all. Oh, my goodness. I am elated, excited, just fired up to be back with my Alliance family. Hey, y'all. Man, thank y'all. We're going to have some fun tonight. So I am here for those who have not met me before, my name is Mia. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina. I have proudly been a part of this incredible Alliance family for 7 years, baby. And I love that. You know, when I'm recruiting y'all, I'll be on the phone talking to people, and I'm like, yeah, you know, how long you been in the industry? Well, I've been in the industry for 15 years. I'm like, dang. But I'm proud to say I've been in the industry for 7. And then sometimes people say, well, I just got in. I'm like, man, I'm excited for you. I am excited because when you find a place like this that you can call home, and I'm not even going to say like this because there is nothing else. There's nothing better than the Alliance, right? So this has been my home for 7 years. So those who are just coming in and we're meeting today, let me give you a little bit of background. When I started this business, I came in, I was laid off from a job. Bank of America is where my last job was. I was working in corporate for years, climbing the corporate ladder and all those things, and realized very early on that I did not want to be in corporate America forever because I saw what life looked like on the other side of those 30 years, right? I was working with those people, so I knew that my life, I was going to be living in the same type of houses as them, driving the same type of cars as them, and living the same miserable life, and I didn't want that. So I started looking for an opportunity, and I remember praying to God one day, and I said, Lord, what do you need from me to be able to change this? I am tired of not having more. I am tired of not living in abundance. I know it's available, but how can I get to it? Right? How can I get there? Right? So I remember standing in my kitchen one night, and I got a phone call from a friend, and my friend said, hey, Mia, you ever thought about getting your life insurance license? And I said, absolutely not. No, never crossed my mind, right? But I said, guess what? I'm about to be laid off, so I need something. I got my license. It took me 5 times to pass my test. Where are my people who didn't pass on the first time at? Woo-woo, okay. Forget all them smart people. They think they so smart. Like, okay. Right, it took me 5 times. But guess what? I didn't give up. I remember talking to Terry and Tia one time on my 4th try, and I was crying. It was raining. I had just failed my test. And I said, Terry just got out of church. Y'all know Terry be fired up all the time. Like, he was fired up getting out of church on a rainy day. And I said, Terry, I think this is God telling me I don't need to do this. And Terry said to me, leaders, this is what Terry said to me. He said, maybe God just wants to see how bad you want this. Woo! That man was talking like that 7 years ago. 7 years ago, he was saying that. And I'm so glad that he didn't let me get comfortable. Thank you for what y'all did for me. Because that one decision to take the test one more time changed my life. Changed my life. So what I am here to talk to you guys about today is how to do what Andy talks about, the 3 things that we do. We sell, we recruit, and we build, baby. So it looks like this where we turn to the side. That's that one thing we do. That's the one thing we do. We sell, recruit, and build, okay? All right. Yes, sir. So let's start with this. I told y'all about myself, so, there you go. All right. So let me tell you one thing. If you are brand new to this business, okay, this weekend may seem very scary. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about a lot of big money. I was just in Jeremiah Adaki's presentation. I don't know if y'all looked at the art, but this brother made $393,000 in the past 30 days. Woo! enough to scare anybody. But guess what? Every single person that you're going to see on this stage today they were sitting right where you are. Okay? So here's what you have to do as you're coming into a business like this. I need you to have belief in God. If you're a believer, if you're not a believer, believe in the universe. Okay? Believe that there's something bigger than you. Okay? All right? The next thing I need you to do is believe in this company, right? Believe that there are people here that have figured something out that if you put your mind to it and you have the will to do it, you can succeed. How do we know it? How do we know that you can succeed? Because of all these success stories we've seen on this stage. People don't know where the 11 Toes just started. They are literally partners now. But they were not with them. We say it like this. Y'all were with me shooting in the gym, right? They weren't with you shooting in the gym, Noelle. Noelle got into a van with a whole bunch of men years and years ago, and she's sitting as a partner today to come to this event, okay? Now, look, let me be clear. Hold on. She got in a van to come to an event, okay? There we go. Let me clear that up. People going to be like, oh, Noelle was getting a van? No, girl, to come to an event, okay? She did, and now she's sitting partner today. Proud of you. Thank you for your inspiration. So I want you to know that if you're brand new, you can do this too, okay? All right, here's the thing. We're going to start here. First thing I need you to understand your firepower, because this is military theme, right? We have two firepowers in this business. One, sales, okay? Now, some people say, well, me, I ain't really into sales. You are selling every day. Okay? Every day, all day. And guess what? If you're not a seller, baby, you're a buyer. You're a consumer. I would rather be closing than being closed. Okay? That's just me. That's just me. I'd rather be the one making the money, baby. Okay? All right? So guess what? Sales is powerful. But here's the way you want to think about it. Sales is how you survive, right? When you're brand new in this business, I don't know if y'all like me, but I was trying to survive, okay? You may have heard me say it on the stage one time before that I remember driving to appointments. Now, this is for my brand new people. This was 7 years ago. Driving to appointments. My first weekend, I did 20 door knocks, had a bunch of 10 appointments that weekend, literally closed nobody. Guess what? The next weekend, I did it again, right? I remember driving from appointment to appointment, going to Wendy's, looking for money in my car just to buy a 4 for $4, surviving until I could get my sales together. I remember driving Uber, okay, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays just to have money for my lead bill, surviving, right? That's what I was doing. But look, when you're selling and you're closing in this business, you have an opportunity to keep the lights on, okay? It gives you confidence. It helps you know your product, and it also helps you sharpen your skills, okay? But here's how you get to the real money, the recruiting, okay? Here's the thing about sales. You will get burnt out, okay? I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I've done it, okay? It will come a day where you are not going to want to always keep driving and going to appointments. Now listen, some people absolutely fell in love with selling. It is nothing wrong with selling, but it is active income, meaning that you have to actively do it in order to make the money, right? Sales and recruiting is what we call passive income. Here's the thing I love about Andy Albright, and God, thank you for this opportunity, Andy, wherever you are. The thing that I love about him is Andy wasn't thinking down the road. He wasn't thinking just about himself. When he started this company over 20 years ago, he was thinking about you, he was thinking about me, and he knew that legacy meant that we can't always be using our physical bodies to earn a check. So he created an opportunity where we could duplicate and teach other people to do what he does and essentially get what he has. And he's also the type of leader that he's not selfish. He's not stingy with information. He's always passing it. He talks about being a river, not a dam. That's our leader saying that. Flowing information. So guess what? We can get free. How many people in here want to be free? Okay? Freedom. Because we live in the richest country in the world, but there's people who are on TikTok complaining about not having no their money. Okay? We live in the richest country in the world, but we still have homelessness. We live in the richest country in the world, but people are losing their jobs left and right. Freedom is what all of us deserve. Abundance is what we need. And guess what? You qualify for abundance. You qualify. All right? So listen, how do we get there? You need to know your strategy, okay? Andy designed a plan for all of us. He called the first thing is have a daily structure, okay? What is that? What could that look like, right? Very simple, 20/20 vision. Anybody ever heard of 20/20 vision? 20 appointments a week, 20 interviews a week, or talk about this business to 20 people a week, right? Very, very simple. Now, that's a simple, pretty much full-time work week. If you are a part-time person, do 10/10. 10 appointments a week, 10 interviews a week. That right there will get you free eventually, right? Now, this is also what we call the slow burn. See, here's the thing I know about I'm a part of the millennial generation, and our group, and everybody after us, we want that quick money. Not me. I don't want no quick money. I know what quick money do. Quick money go fast, right? But look, a lot of people want quick money. This is a slow burn. This is the one where if you work it and you plow that dirt and you feed it and you harvest, ooh, the harvest. That harvest, look, as soon as that, with the quick money, it'll come fast and it'll go fast. This platform here, this opportunity here, allows you to build something generational. Generational, okay? Because the Bible says that when we leave here, we're supposed to leave an inheritance to our children. Why are so many people only concerned about what they can do for themselves? Right? This is generational. So that slow burn, but it's the one. It's the one, baby, that if you keep working it, it will change your life, okay? All right, so look, here's the other thing. Those 20 appointments a week, you should be paying about $20,000 a month. Here's the thing that Terry used to tell me very early in my journey, right? I would have days where I would be out in the field and I'll be on the phone trying to recruit my friends and all this stuff. At the same time, I was also going through a divorce and I was about to my car was almost getting repossessed. I was about to get evicted out of my apartment because I had no money, right? And I remember that Terry will always say, I'll call him during the day and I'll say, bro, I need somebody to talk to. And he said, look, how about this? Let's pin it for right now, get back to work, and let's talk about this at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock tonight when we can't talk to clients and agents no more. That's a mic dropper. I know that was a long sentence, but that's a mic dropper, okay? Because here's the thing. A lot of people fit into their daily structure, worrying, complaining, trying to figure out, oh gosh, what am I going to do about this bill? What am I going to do about not getting to this and doing all this stuff, right? But if you know who, let me not preach. Let me preach. If you know who is the author and the finisher of your faith, baby, okay? If you know who is the beginning and the end, if the word says faith without works is dead, what is your requirement? Your requirement is work. Work. Not worry, work. Okay? Work. So I got this scripture on my chest, and I still wear it 7 years later. All hard work brings profit, but talk only leads to poverty. I never want to be poor again. I have a strong desire to not ever be poor again, because poverty doesn't only break your spirit, but it breaks the spirits of the people around you. It breaks the spirits of the people behind you, right? You can't afford it. They can't afford it. You got to get serious about your future. Here's the other thing. So having your weekly and your daily goals. What does that look like? Are you sitting thinking every week, and even every day, what do you really want, right? Because here's the thing. Some people might say, we'll talk to somebody and, what kind of money you used to making at your job? They might say, well, I'm used to making $70,000 a year. And they'll say, and then we'll start talking a little bit more, get to know them more. And they might give a goal, right? They want to make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. But here's the thing that I know about goals and your why. If your why does not make you cry, it is not strong enough, okay? I need you to think about that. Your why is what's going to push you, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But your why is what's going to push you. So if you're constantly thinking every single day about your goals and how you're going to get after it, that's what I need you to be focused on, right? Okay, and the last thing is stay in motion. What we know about motion? A body in motion tends to stay in. A body at rest tends to stay at. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. But a body in motion tends to stay in motion. Let me tell you, if I could go back and do it over, you might say, well, Mia, what would you do different, right? I would have stopped stopping. Can I be honest? I would have stopped stopping because I would have truly digested that a body in motion tends to stay in motion. How do we stay in motion in this business? Sell, recruit, and build. That's it. Say it with me. Sell, recruit, and build. That's it. That's how we stay in motion. Now look, Mia got motion these days. Okay, I ain't stopping nothing. I'm just letting y'all know. But that's what I would do different, right? So what I want you to know is that even when times get hard and you feel like you want to rest, remember why you're doing this, okay? Remember the people that are depending on you, right? All right. Now, here's what the other part of my talk was to get into it a little bit about social media. Now, we live in a social media era, right or right? Right? So it is very important that we are utilizing all the tools that we have available to us. Now, I do have a caveat to this slide. I'm going to give you the basics of what I'm talking about here, but then I'm going to switch over to some real intentional warm market stuff, okay? So the first thing, when it comes to maximizing your social media, and why am I talking about this to start, right? We gotta play, right? There's people out here, they're wanting to join the business. There are people that you may not meet in the grocery store, but you might see them on Instagram, okay? Right? So what do we look like when we're putting ourselves out to the world, okay? First thing is, what's really cool about social media is you can create educational and motivational content. Now, y'all see Jessica Swing running around here all the time behind Andy. Ooh, y'all go look at his social media every now and then. That man right there, we know Andy got money, but I be like, God almighty, whoa! I just want a piece of that, okay? Right. With Andy, his social media is very motivational, right? Now, here's the other thing, is that you can also make your social media educational because guess what? Estate planners, especially, your clients are looking at your social media. They are finding you online. They are looking up your business on Google. What does your fingerprint on the internet look like? Right? What does it look like? Right? So you can have fun with this. You can make sure that they're seeing content that is educational. The other thing is You want to make some content that's relatable too, right? So when I say relatable, sharing your story, okay? Sharing your story, your challenges, your wins, letting people see themselves in your journey, okay? Here's the thing about it. You have so many people that are seeing so much on the internet all the time. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I get overstimulated with social media sometimes because it's so much information. But when you can be the person that doesn't look gimmicky, that looks relatable, that looks like somebody that is your neighbor, and they can hang out with you and have fun, that's attractive, right? So making sure that you are sharing those things. The other thing is being consistent, right? It's hard for people to kind of pop in and see you one day, and then they go for a whole month or 2 months, they don't see you again. And then one day you pop back up. Now look, I'm guilty. I don't always post, but that's why I hired somebody to do my social media. Because Mia don't be liking to stay on there all day, right? But guess what? You can too, but make it fun. Here's the thing. Consistency builds trust, okay? Now, that's not just a social media tip. That's in life. That's in business. When people see that you are consistent, they trust you. If you're over here talking, have y'all ever seen those people that are on their social, one day they're talking about this, and then the next day they're talking about this other company, and they're jumping all around. They're inconsistent. I wouldn't spend a dime with them people. Not one. Yeah, a little messy. It's a little messy, right? But the reason why I have stayed with this company, with this culture, within this environment is because of the people. And nobody will ever be able to say, oh, I saw Mia at this event with this company and this event with this. No, baby, I'm Alliance all day. Okay? All day long, right? So be consistent. Now, here's the thing. Social media is great, but can we talk about how we build real relationships? Okay? Here's the main thing. And Andy has been given a great example of this, focusing on real connection, okay? Here's what I used to do. This is what I used to do. I used to meet somebody and not really focus on the connection. I was trying to figure out how I could get them in my business, and then if not, I just kind of throw it away and I'll move on, right? But this business is about relationships. So here's the great thing about this. You can take a person that you don't even know, that you're meeting out in the grocery store or at an event or something like that. Andy talks about all the time, the 3-foot rule. That is the best way to meet people, because that is literally a person that you can touch, you can feel, they see you, they see your body language, y'all are connecting, versus a complete stranger who's trying to figure you out online, right? So what's more effective, social media or a 3-foot rule? 3-foot rule, obviously, right? Now, here's the thing. Let's say you do cold market recruiting, okay? Well, there's a few ways we do it. We do cold market recruiting when it comes to selling, because we buy leads. I don't know about y'all, but I have a book of 2,100 clients, but I still like to buy leads, right? Some people are too big for leads, but I get referrals every single week, and I still buy leads because I'm leading my team. I'm leading from the front, and I'm not afraid to invest in my business, right? I ain't scared. I ain't scared of none of that, okay? So those are cold that we're turning into warm, right? The same thing when it comes to a person that we're meeting out and about, or that we're meeting on social media. How can we get that cold person warm very quickly, right? Very quickly. And the really great thing about it is, we were recently talking about this the other day, me and Terry, and it changed everything for me. It was focusing on the who versus the do, okay? The who, I like that. Focusing on the who versus the do, okay? So this is how we go from cold to warm. Stop being so concerned just about what a person does for work and the stuff that really, it matters, but it don't matter, right? Because what we really want to know is, who are you? Who are you? What are you passionate about? What do you love? What gets you excited every day? That's what I really want to know. Focus on the who. So this is how you get a person to go from being a cold person completely and then switching them over to being warm. And as soon as we started talking about that, guess what? My hiring went very, very different. People started getting in the business. They were connecting, and you're making people trust you faster, which means that you can get through their network faster. Why can you get through their network faster? Because they trust you. All because you focused on them instead of what they do. Okay? It's called the speed of trust. All right, so here's the other thing too. So we know our strategy. We know how to maximize social media. Now, let's talk about emotion management. Ooh, emotion management. Let's go to therapy. Y'all want to do that? Y'all my friends, right? So look, let's start with this quote. You don't rise to the level of your motivation, you fall to the level of your discipline.
Come on, man, walk.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to walk through that. So let's break it down. So let's look at that first line. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. Here's the great thing that I love about our company here at the Alliance. Every 4 months, every 3 months, we get to recharge at an event like this, right? Yes. So it's like, these events are like a fueling station to me, right? Let's say you bought a new car, right? You got a brand new Mercedes, you're driving down the street, and guess what? All your gas is done. You got to pull over and get a recharge, right? That's look, I'm talking about a Tesla. I didn't mean a recharge, a refuel. Okay, recharge or refuel. And then that same Mercedes that you were driving went from being completely useless because without gas it couldn't move, to now being a car that's back in what? Motion, right? That's what these events are. These events are those recharge, the fuel that keeps you going. When you start feeling low, right? You start thinking, man, I wish I could be around some motivated people. That's what these events are, okay? So the thing about it, though, is this. You don't fall to the level of your motivation. So here's the thing. Everybody this weekend, for the most part, I'll say 99.999% of the people are going to leave out of here motivated, right? Everybody going to be motivated. Woo! Everybody shout real quick. Woo! Let's wake up. We are motivated, right? But here's the thing. What happens to that motivation when next week you're in the field and as a brand new person, you're sitting in front of clients and you're not closing, right? What happens when you try to recruit 20, 30 people? You've done all these interviews, but nobody has joined your team because you just aren't that good yet. Are you still going to be motivated? Here's the thing. It's about your discipline. Every single leader on this front row, they didn't get to where they are because they were always motivated to do the business. Okay? Are we being real? That you're not going to wake up every single day, baby, and jump out of bed. Woo! I'm ready to crush this thing. Hair on fire, Noel. Some days, you're going to be like, man, I don't want to do this. You ain't mumbling under your breath, stomping to your appointment. It might happen, okay? But guess what? If you are disciplined, it doesn't matter how you feel. See, here's the thing. All the years I've been in this business, my bank account never cared about how I felt. Bank of America never called me up and said, hey, girl, how you feeling today? Okay. Duke Energy They never gave me a break because I was tired. Okay? You have to fall. If you fall to the level of your discipline, no matter how you feel, I need you to keep going. I need you to know that on the other side of all this hard work that you're doing day after day after day, it's going to pay off. Because here's the thing, when you sow seeds, you're going to reap a harvest. That ain't something Mia made up. That was something that was made up long before all of us got here. You will reap a harvest. The problem is you have so many people that will plant seeds but won't stick around long enough to watch them grow. They're gone. He said, you tearing the club up. Tearing crazy, y'all. Look, the average life expectancy. The average lifespan of an agent, and I could be wrong, Mr. CEO, look, you might correct me, but it's like 3 years. A lot of agents will stop working their life insurance business after like 3 years. That right there is quitting before the harvest. That's a prime example. How y'all think we able to recruit all these people from all these other companies? They quitting. And we call them up and say, come on over here to the license. Oh, all right. Right? So here's the thing. You have to stick around long enough for your harvest. So that's what I wanted y'all to know with that one. Now here's the thing. Here's the other thing. I don't want you to panic when there's low production, okay? Andy says it like this. A lot of people will go, they make some big sales, they'll start running through the streets naked, right? And then they have some low weeks, and guess what? They're ready to jump off a bridge. That is sad. Oh, back up, thank you, brother. We having fun, right? I get really worried about people like that, right? Because I know that space. I know that space very well. Because when I first started, in my first 2 years in this business, oh, was that me? Okay, sorry. My first 2 years in this business, I was in constant panic mode, if I can be honest. I wasn't sure. Like I was working and money was coming in. Look, this was before the ARC. Let me tell y'all how I used to figure out if I was going to get paid. My hand would start itching, and I'd be like, thank you, Lord. I'm about to get paid tomorrow. Woo! We're learning too much about each other tonight. But that's how I used to know, right? Yeah. Terry, I never told you that. Yeah, my hand would start itching. I'll be in traffic. I'll be like, okay. Thank you, Jesus. Woo. So look, don't panic. That's all I wanted you to know. Don't panic. It's going to be okay. Y'all ever went through anything hard before this company? Yeah. Right. It's going to be all right. Are you still here? Yeah. You still breathing? Yeah. You good? It's going to be all right. Okay? This is a business you're building. This is generational. I never seen somebody who had a generational mindset that gave up so easily until they got to this business. They tell everybody, I'm building generational wealth. I'm about to do this thing. And then they get over here and somebody no-show them because they drove 30 minutes and they quit. What? That literally makes no sense. Like 1 + 1 don't equal 2. Right? The math is not mathing, okay? So don't panic. But here's the good news. Momentum is the fruit of consistency. This business will pay you if you are consistent. It will pay you not once, not twice, not 100 times, but baby, over and over and over and over again. Because of your consistency. Woo! And what does that consistency do? It creates momentum. You ever been around people that got momentum? That engine is revving. Those people are excited. That business is growing. The dream team got momentum, baby. Woo! Momentum. I know there's other teams in here that got it too. It's because the work, the consistent effort, the never giving up, the continuing to go even when it got hard, that consistency. Your why, let's talk about that again. Your why will carry you through your driest seasons. I'm not telling you what I've heard, I'm telling you what I know. You were created for better than this. And when I say this, I'm talking about you in your situation right now. I don't care if you are a millionaire in this business. I don't care if you just started and you ain't even made $1. You were created for better than this. It's your why. It's your why. If you have a pea-sized why, a pea-sized problem will stop you. But if your why is unbreakable, if your why is untouchable, if your why is so big that it don't matter what's going on in your life, you still keep fighting. If your why wakes you up out of your sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, tapping you on your shoulder, if your why has those tears coming down your face and you're just trying to keep going, that why is everything. Brand new, seasoned, it's the why. But here's the good thing about your why. Your why is going to change. Your why is going to get bigger, right? As you're coming in right now, you might be in a situation like I was, in survival mode, where I just needed money to pay my bills. I'm a survivor, please, I'm a survivor. Just trying to make it, right? But as you get bigger, you get better, you get stronger. Let me tell y'all really quick what happened to me a couple weeks ago. Back 7 years ago, I had bought a house at 27, if you didn't see the story online. I bought a house at 27. That was always my goal, right? Bought that house, got married, horrible situation, lost the house during the divorce. Okay? It's okay now. Okay? Worked every single day, really, never really focused on getting another house. But an opportunity came up a couple of months, 2 months ago, literally 2 months. And all it was the conversation was, you know you can do this. And I had people behind me who were like, I've been telling you to do this. You got this. And guess what? I closed on my house on the 17th. Okay? Bigger, better, brand spanking new. Ain't nobody ever even sat on my toilet before me. Okay? Because here's the thing about it. You may think what you're losing right now is a real true loss. But really, it's setting you up. You may have had to shed some weight. You may have had to shed that old you. But I can guarantee you this, that the fight in you is going to be able to pay you much more than what you think you lost. Okay? Yeah. It happened to me. It can happen to you. So look. Huh? Yeah, I did. Can y'all hear me okay? All right, I started messing with my hair, my bad. Okay, look, so let's talk about building for the long world. We're going to spend these next 4 minutes, and let's huddle together, okay? Let's huddle. So the long game is this. We talked about this being a slow burn, right? We talked about selling only is going to eventually, you will want some passive income, right? Okay? Here's the thing. Here's a question you got to ask yourself, and the same question Mia had to ask herself. If you stop selling today, how long would your income last? Why do you think Andy created an opportunity for us to be able to sell, recruit, and build? Do y'all see how many companies out there, all they focus on is selling? Right? Do you also see how many companies out there only focus on recruiting? But here, we do it all. All. That's it. Okay? Andy's vision was this: have fun, make money, make a difference. Have fun. Y'all, it is fun when you're in the pursuit of getting rich. It is fun. Traveling the world with your friends on these incentive trips is fun. Stop missing trips. Don't miss trips. Make money. This is not an opportunity. We are not welcoming all the people who want to stay broke. This is an opportunity for you to get rich. Now, Mia, why I need to get rich? You don't, but I want to. You don't have to get rich. But guess what? It's available. It's available for those who want it. The other thing, make a difference. It's not about just you. Legacy-minded, generational, right? Here's the other thing. Personal sales feed your family. Growing your team gets you free. Gets you free. Our partners, 7-figure earners in this company, high 6-figure earners in this company, guess what? They're free. What is it going to be like when you're making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month in overrides? Passive income. What is it going to look like when you're bringing in $100,000 for your family, regardless if you work or not? Right? It's available. You might not see it now, but it's available. The fact of the matter is, in some places, it's not available. So we got to be grateful. Here's the other thing. A good soldier fights to win the battle, but a great leader builds an army to win the war. Okay? We're not growing just soldiers. We need soldiers to help build big companies, but we need leaders to win the war on poverty. People out here they are poor, y'all. Not only financially, but mentally. Mentally. Broke-minded people. Poverty conscious. They don't know that it's available. It's our job to help those people. So I want to leave y'all with this. When I stopped choosing between either or, so selling and building, and I started to choose both, okay? Both of them. Everything, say it with me. Everything changed for me. And I cannot wait for the change for you. Love y'all.